Suddenly, the music stopped. The dancing shadows froze in place, and I swear pierced me with their eyes. One of the silhouettes immediately parted from the bizarre shadow carnival spinning across the field with giant leaps. Oh God! It glided on squeaky snow without leaving any print until it was devoured by the pitch black shadow of my house, which became even darker and thicker. My heart was jumping around like a bird inside of a cage. I shut the curtain with a swift motion and stepped back towards the bed. They saw me. A breathing torment of fear washed over me. I stood in the middle of a perfectly dark room and listened to some unwanted guest move and scrape around looking for an entrance. The sound moved to the right, then circled around the house. Now my guest should be at the front door. I jumped onto the bed and covered myself with the blanket as if it could protect me. The shackles of fear locked my muscles. I remembered the funeral, my grandma lying there, hands crossed on her chest, her facial features sharp like that of a tin doll. Ants running up and down the legs of chairs that held my grandma's casket. I imagined those little critters climbing up her head and pulling up her eyelids with their tiny legs. Then her wrinkled eyeballs would once again move inside their socket, and like she had been able to see her grandchildren, I was chanting the spell she taught me through the holes, and laying under the blanket and listening to squeaks and howls. I repeated the same words.
На острове Буяне, в Синем океане, стоит домовина, в ней сало и глина, волосы седые, чертям еда, раба Божьего Антона не тронут никогда.
On the island of Buyan, underneath the blemished sun, in the sea of color blue, stands a cabin made of wood. There lay an ashen hair for the spawn from Devil's Lair to feast and always leave alone. God's faithful servants named Anton.
Бесы забудут дорогу к дому.
Evil must leave this house.
Мертвый к мертвым, живой к живому.
Ashes, ashes, dust to dust. Bizarre blizzard sounds had stopped. I cautiously peeked out from under the blanket and saw the curtains waving around like a hanged man. And then the night doused me with a new portion of boiling terror. Oh my God. The sound scratched at my eardrums. In reality, something or someone was scratching at the front door, hurriedly clawing at the wood, determined to be let in. The door was shut. Dad had become very cautious recently, so he installed a sturdy lock. I remembered him staring at the forest intensely, as if he was looking for someone.
Мертвое к мертвому.
Ashes to ashes.
Живое к живому.
Dust to dust. I hugged my knees, placing my chin between them, and drilled the door with my eyes. It was so flimsy and weak before the might of darkness, and then the doorknob twitched slightly. It turned halfway once, twice, as if the person who tried to enter had no hands. The doorknob tilted once more and then started clicking violently. My jaw cramped from fear, my wet fingers clenched the blanket. The door creaked open. The wind taunted me, moaning inside the tin drains. Now you'll see. The door was wide open. The darkness withered inside the carnivorous mouth of the doorway. It was as if the night itself was calling out to me, flipping its black wings and shrieking with rusty hinges. I was trembling and stared by the web of darkness that hung in the corners of my room, waiting for the one who weaved it to come out of the grasping black hole. My abdomen tightened and my chest rose up, ready to exhale a desperate scream. But before I was able to do anything, the darkness asked me,
Ты спишь, Тоша?
Tosha, you asleep? Oh my god. My sister's pale face prompted from the thick shadows. I almost screamed from relief.
Оля, я не сплю. Что случилось?
Ole, I'm not sleeping. Did something happen? Ole frowned and stuck out her lower lip, a clear sign she was about to cry.
Оно опять прилетело и пялится на меня.
It's there again, staring at me.
Прогони ее, Тоша. Прогони, пожалуйста.
Ship her away, Tosha, please.
Я так боюсь.
I'm so scared. The fear that was tormenting me just a minute ago crawled away and hid somewhere in my stomach. I needed to calm Ole down.
Это был сон, глупая. Не пугайся. Сны не кусаются. Никто тебя не обидит.
It was just a dream, silly. Don't be scared. Dreams don't bite. No one is going to harm you. Ole sobbed. She was trying her best to believe me, but was I sure
У
myself?
меня есть идея.
I have an idea.
Пойдем к тебе в комнату, видик посмотрим. Спящую красавицу, например.
I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me about have fucking panic. Let's go to your room and watch the video. Sleeping Beauty, for example.
Тебе же нравится этот мультик?
You like that cartoon, don't you?
Почему у спящей красавицы принца у меня эта страшная птица?
Why does Sleeping Beauty have a prince and I have this scary bird? That question took me by surprise.
Ладно, давай посмотрим Золушку.
Alright, let's watch Cinderella. My thoughts became tangled, fuzzy. What was that? What studied me with its eyes while dancing feverishly under the moon? The darkness was clinging to the window, and it couldn't be fooled by my grandma's old chants. It couldn't be satisfied with the feast of land and long ashen hair.
Тоша, ты идешь?
Tosha, you coming?
Да, сейчас.
Yes, just a moment. God!